This is the Idaho 4 case, State of Idaho vs. Koberger, Moscow, Idaho Police Department document sequence number 77. It describes a tip submitted regarding an individual with the initial G. The tipster alleged G had stated in the past that he followed two of the victims from a college to the restaurant where they worked, and that he said he had hidden inside their house and could have killed them all if he had wanted to. The tipster said he didn't know the individual's last name but knew where he lived. The person in question was later identified as GM, birth date 2003. P said G lived in the redacted apartments. The tipster SP stated that he himself had done a lot of work for DK, the prior owner of redacted address. He said he has been a friend of the family for many years and was a handyman. He said in 2020 he had been on a camping trip with D, his daughter L, and G. During this trip, a sister of D with initial R got into a heated argument with a male camper nearby. Later in the evening, the tipster was watching R and L walking near the man's campsite, so he went up on a hill to observe and make sure nothing happened. He said he was there for several minutes in the dark when all of a sudden G came up and startled him, and G pulled out a knife to show him. It was a hunting-style knife. P stated G had showed a great interest in the military. P said the knife was a 7-inch hunting or skinning knife. P went on to say that he had heard that G's grades in school had dropped, and that L had been verbally abusive toward him. He stated he thought L and G would travel to Moscow from Boise on the bus. They would stay in Moscow at D's house and G and his sister would stay in the basement, and L would sleep outside or in one of the two sheds. P said the significance of this was that G would allegedly keep his knives in the basement of D's house, in the woodpile outside, or in one of the two sheds in the backyard. P said in May or June, after COVID was letting up, he was at the Mad Greek restaurant and ordered a glass of wine, which he said he is sure Ethan, who would later be one of the victims, brought him. He said he is not sure if Ethan worked at the Mad Greek or was just helping out. P said a bit later he noticed that G came into the restaurant possibly with D, who is his cousin. P said Xana and Madison had gone over to G's table and Ethan later joined them. P said it appeared to be a heated conversation. P stated he thought G might have been stirring them up with conservative comments. P said G left the restaurant without eating. Later that night around 9 to 10 p.m. P was at D's house in his backyard. P said that L was extremely drunk and she was yelling at G. P said she stated, "You are a loser and you are going to spend your life in jail. You are ruining your life." P was not sure what L was referencing. P said G left right after this altercation, and that G goes on long walks and does not return until the early morning hours. P said he was over at D's the next morning picking up some tarps from a job he had been doing, and G showed up. P said he asked G what he does after he leaves when his mom is yelling at him, and that G said he goes over to the college. P said G believes the college is to blame for how his mom is. P said that L went to parties at the college and began drinking. P told me he does not know for sure but believes that L might have been essayed at one of the college parties. P said he asked G about the conversation at the restaurant, and P said that G said he had followed the girls there from the college. He then allegedly made claims about the girls' sexual orientation. Shockingly, P said G then went on to say that he had gone back to the girls' house, and when they came home he had been hiding inside the house, and that he made the statement, "They had no idea that I was there, I could have killed them all if I had wanted to." P said G then went and got a larger knife from out of the back shed and showed him. Some questions that come to mind while reading this interview. First, it is only the reporting person alleging these events. The reporting person claims to know a lot of detail. He also describes a scenario in which he himself was sitting on a hill in the dark watching people. This is a similar scenario to the hill behind the 1122 house and its vantage point on the house. Did law enforcement investigate both the reporting person and G and compare their DNA to the unknown male DNA profiles on the crime scene? Especially the ones left in BLOOD and under fingernails. If law enforcement would submit the unknown DNA profiles to databases for identification, it would answer many questions as well. Blood is an ample source for DNA. Another question is, which properties did G or the handyman SP have access to? These are only questions one would expect to have been raised in the course of an investigation. This channel is not accusing anyone of a crime. The reporting person also mentions the year 2020, and after COVID was letting up. Is he correct about the time frame, and did he see the victims working in the restaurant as he stated? Thank you for watching.